Hi, I'm attorney Ben Schwartz, and today we're going to answer a question about immunities. So essentially the question is, I'm injured in my home because my mother was making spaghetti and she spilled a pot of boiling water on my leg. Is there anything that I can do about that? And it's an interesting question, and the answer is going to differ from state to state. Since I'm in Delaware right now, I'm going to talk about Delaware's immunity for parents. So in Delaware, we have a law that says that as a child, you cannot sue your parent for their negligent act or omission. And so when you have an immunity, like, put this into context, you have a personal injury claim. A personal injury claim oftentimes is a lawsuit against someone who acted in a negligent or careless fashion and caused you injury. And in the context of a negligence case, you can have immunity for the wrongdoer, immunity for the careless person, meaning that there can be a law that says that even though they were careless and even though they caused you an injury, you can't sue them because of some status. And one of these types of immunity that we have in the state of Delaware is immunity for parents in cases brought by an injured child. So in Delaware we have this law, and it says that the child cannot sue the parent for their negligence. And there's exceptions to that, and there's different situations where you might get around it, but essentially what it does is it creates a situation where the parent cannot be sued by the child. Generally speaking, the parent cannot be sued by the child for acting in a negligent or careless manner. It essentially protects the insurance companies from a lawsuit for personal injuries by a child against a parent. Like I said, there's exceptions to the rule. One of the exceptions is if you have an automobile accident where the parent is driving and there's insurance on the car, the child can sue the parent, but they're limited to whatever available insurance coverage there is. You can't go beyond the insurance coverage. That's one exception. There are not very many other exceptions. So, look at it this way. If you're in the kitchen, your mother is having a glass of wine and making, spaghetti, and she's got a pot of boiling water. She trips and falls and, tosses the boiling water on your leg, and you're scalded. If it happened in the state of Delaware, there may be nothing you can do to recover for your injuries, to make a claim for your injuries. And the reason is because Delaware's got a parental immunity law. So, I'm interested to know what you think as a viewer of this video. You may be a resident of Delaware. I'm aware that there's plenty of people outside of the state of Delaware who watch our videos. What do you think? Leave us a comment, send me an email, tell me what you think. Is it right to deny people compensation for their medical bills, for pain and suffering, for lost wages, if the injury was caused by a parent? Or do you think that people should legally be permitted to bring a claim against their parent? Because the truth of the matter is that when you're bringing a personal injury claim, insurance coverage is there to pay for it in almost all cases. Otherwise, you wouldn't probably bring the claim in the first place. Tell me what you think. Comment on this video at facebook.com/SchwartzandSchwartz, or send me an email. My email address is ben.schwartz@schwartzandschwartz.com.